Okay, y'all. Today we have Americans when they realize that the entire world doesn't revolve them. This is from a channel called TikTok History, and this is from a Discord suggestion by David J. So thank you guys as always. These videos are doing really well because they're really funny, right? And some of them are kind of embarrassing, but this one ought to be good. It's a little different than other ones, so let's get right to it. Here we go, guys. Let's strap in.
I've been living in Spain for the past 4 years. I recently went home for the first time in 2 years to Nebraska, and I was kind of like letting my family know how my job is going and whatever. They asked me like how many students I have. I was like 15 to 20. They were like, is there a bunch of other English teachers in your city? I was like, yeah, there's quite a few. And my uncle actually said, that many people want to move to America in your city? And I was like, what do you
What do you mean? Yeah, just because they speak English?
mean? And he was like, that's why people study English, no? They want to move to the United States. I was too stunned to speak.
That's a good one. Yeah, it sounds like a old-time American right there. Yeah, that... Look, man, a lot of people speak English around the world, like in every corner there. So, yeah, it's one of the most spoken languages. Has nothing to do with, I want to learn English. So automatically, I want to drop everything and move to the U.S. Yeah, that's not right. That was a good one.
Okay, screw it. Here's my embarrassing moment, my true facepalm. I know you're gonna judge me, but whatever. When I first moved here, I was looking at a website in French, obviously, and I was looking for how to convert it into English. So I went to where the little flags are, you know, in the corner of the screen, and I could not find an American flag anywhere. So I was like, what the heck, this doesn't make sense. There has to be a way to translate it into English. And then I found the British.
That's what you got to look for right there. Come on, man.
Because Americans did not invent English.
I've seen many websites that, yeah, it'll have a couple different languages to choose from, and the English is represented, of course, by the UK flag. So, yeah, you got to think of that one, right? The United States of America did not invent English, nor are we the only country that speaks it. Not even close. So that one, I guess, could happen to all of us if we weren't, paying too much attention.
Judge myself.
It's pretty funny,
one.
right?
That one was pretty bad.
That's an easy mistake. That's not terrible. I'll let it slide.
No, this is a real thing. Like, I'm educated now, but I remember being a kid about like 10, 11-ish, and it was actually surprising to me that European history continued. Like, okay, well, Europeans came to America, and then European history stopped, right? Because nothing else mattered after that, because there was America. What do you mean that they continued living lives and having history over there between the time when America was started and when we rescued them in World War II? I'd like to say that was just American education when I was a kid, but
yeah, that definitely, I say it every video, American education is very peculiar, very odd, right? Has its own path and seems to leave out a lot.
I think it's American education in a lot of places now.
What else can I say?
When I first moved to Spain and I started dating my partner, I was chatting with an acquaintance from back home, and I said, yeah, I'm dating for somebody from where I'm living. Their response was, I love you so much, I'm really excited for you, but please be careful because you never know if somebody might be using you for a green card.
Oh, there it is.
I was shocked. And the irony of the situation is that we ended up getting a civil partnership so that I would be able to stay here.
All tables turned on that one. She's getting a green card for Spain, right? No, that is pretty funny. That is... the only context I would know this under is watching shows on like TLC. I've seen that where everyone thinks someone from a different country who is dating an American thinks, oh, be careful. They probably just want to, open door into the U.S. Is there people that have tried to do that? Of course there is, but that's not a lot of people. That's not the greater percentage of them. A lot of people are good. A lot of people like where they're from, or maybe they just like somewhere else other than the United States of America. So, yeah, don't assume everyone wants to seduce their way into our country here. It is pretty funny, and I imagine one of the challenges for an American dating someone else outside of the country is everyone's going to think they're just trying to use you. That would be pretty annoying.
Okay. So being that I am a U.S. immigrant living in Costa Rica, I hear stories all the time from Costa Ricans who like work for call centers, and they tell me the most horrendous stories, which it doesn't surprise me that we people from the U.S. have the audacity. But I am now starting to collect my own stories because I am now on the phone with people from the U.S. all day as a travel consultant for a Costa Rican-based travel agency. And one of my very first clients that I ever got on the phone said to me, who happened to be from the great state of Texas.
Uh-oh.
Now listen, darling, I don't like foreigners much. So when I get there, I want to make sure that I'm not around foreigners.
Oh, man.
But I said, sir, I think you might be confusing Costa Rica with Florida. Florida is lovely this time of year.
That's funny stuff right there. Really, really weird, short-sighted statement by the man on the phone. Costa Rica, obviously, is a beautiful place, independent, too. Not a territory or a state of the U.S., as most of you probably know. Very peaceful place, too. They haven't had an army or military, I believe, in like 70 or 80 years. Really kind of cool. But, yeah, there is a lot of people, a lot of tourists from the U.S. there. They should know better. And, of course, a lot of expats. It's very easy for a U.S. citizen to move into Costa Rica, and that's just funny stuff. Funny for her to move there and get perspective right away on the reverse side, right? She's an American who is now living there and gets to hear all the weird, ignorant stuff that some Americans say, right? So, wow. Perk of the job, I guess.
I've lived in Europe since 2018. I say Europe because I lived in France, Spain, and Belgium. Last year,
Wow,
I went
cool.
home for the holidays to the US, and I kid you not, I was asked, do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Europe?
Nope.
When I was a kid, I remember watching the Olympics and thinking,
You know, it's funny, like, just the average American, like I said, a lot of Americans, how do I put this? Not a lot of Americans are dumb or stupid, I'd like to think. But, man, there's just, like, it's so, I don't know how it is, like, society here, between the media, between education, for some reason, a lot of people just can't see past our borders at all. So I always kind of refer to, Mexico and Canada are right here, right? Both spectacular countries as well. And a lot of people don't know almost anything about them, who are literally our neighbors. So then if you expect a lot of these, average Americans who are saying goofy stuff like this to know something about, continents and countries across the world, it's a stretch, right? I mean, they barely know about their own neighbors. So I don't know what it is. I wish, I think with this day and age, with videos like this and with just social media and the internet, I mean, people need to do a little bit of research and a little bit more education, right? Some self-education. Because the world is a great place. It's a diverse place. And there's lots of beauty and amazing cultures around the world that have nothing to do with the United States. And I know some Americans know that. I know some Americans are very well versed in other cultures around the world. But for those that don't, please, like, study the world. Look at more, that meets the eye. Look at past the borders, right? And realize that a lot of countries don't have the same holidays as we have in the U.S., especially when they have to do with the U.S. history, like 4th of July, Independence Day, same thing. Thanksgiving, like, come on, dude, that is not a universal holiday.
It must be so hard for them to not cheat for the Americans and, like, the judges, and not give the athletes that are on the American team more points, because we're so awesome and everybody loves us and we're, like, the best country. And so, like, how are you not going to give more points to us?
That's that American optimism. Come on, we're just supposed to
When I
win.
arrived here in Colombia, I met some American people, and when I asked them, so where are you from? They were like, Indiana. And I was like, I don't care what country. I was like, I know. Where is Indiana? Just tell me America or United States. What would you want to precise your
Yeah.
state? Like, so selfish.
Now, most of these I usually agree with. That one I don't totally agree with. I get what she's saying. Like, if you're out of the country, I would never refer to myself as, oh, I'm from so-and-so. Like, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Texas. I'm Indiana. Like, that's oddly specific, right? I don't know, especially like territories and states in a lot of random countries around the world. So, I'm going to assume a lot of people might not know specific states within the U.S. either. But people know the United States. So just say, oh, I'm from the USA. Or, like, I'm from the United States. Saying you're from a certain state to someone outside of America when you're literally outside of America is kind of tacky. So I'll agree with her on that. But I don't know if it's, like, legit selfish or mean in any way, right? It's just oddly specific and kind of awkward.
It's no surprise that we feel this way. We call our baseball championships the World Series. There's like one Canadian team. Win the Super Bowl or the NBA championships, world champions. We pretend we're the only ones playing these sports.
Now, that one's funny. I've heard that one a lot, and I got to agree, that is kind of funny. The World Series, the World Championships, like all these different things, or like the NFL, they win the Super Bowl, and it says World Champions on it. It is kind of funny. You got to admit. It makes no sense. I don't know why they do that. Apparently, it's never changing because, they've done that for decades. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It is really funny. Like, all American teams competing against each other, and somehow, hey, we're the world champs now. Yeah, that is odd, right? It's not the Olympics, guys. It's American football. Like, come on, dude.
Wait, you mean to tell me that it doesn't? There's other countries. I thought you guys were just our states.
Okay. Nah.
Newsflash, Americans. The world does not revolve around you. Sorry.
I know.
From Canada.
No need to be sorry.
7 years ago, my best friend.
All right, so there it is. That is Americans when they realize the entire world doesn't revolve around them. That was pretty funny. Gotta admit, right on par with our other videos on some of the ignorance or just total lack of knowledge. So anyway, leave your comments down below. What kind of run-ins with an American have you had regarding this topic where they might have thought, whether it's intentional or not, that the whole world revolved around them? And perhaps, have you ran into this maybe with someone from somewhere else? This unfortunately happens sometimes when people just realize, or fail to realize rather, that there's a whole world out there and not everyone lives like they do. So please throw a thumbs up and a like on this video. Help it out. I do appreciate it. And of course, like I said, leave your comments, your experiences down below. And look for that description for this original video, as well as other ways you can interact with my channel down there. Make sure you subscribe. Join our amazing community we have here. It's really growing. You guys are doing awesome. I appreciate it. And with that being said, guys, my name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. And until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.